Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Get started in just a minute. Just a minute, doctor. Get started in just a minute. Yeah, guys, I just did a little research. It took me a few minutes, but it's easy to find. What I was telling you in the last live about 10 minutes ago is true. I just had to make sure my other sources was getting the same thing that I was getting. Yeah, the Epstein files are real, guys. Sorry about that. The Epstein files are real. I have proof. I have a video I can play you of the man who's seen the files because he was Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer. He was also accused in that same Jeffrey Epstein case that he went to jail for. He was accused of some you know what I'm saying? But he got off in his case and then continued to be Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer after he cleared his name. But just listen to it. Sorry about that. Just listen to what he said. This came out today. His name is Alan Dershowitz. My goodness, shut up. His name is Alan Dershowitz. He's seen the files because he was just my goodness. Just give me a second. I don't know what's going on. He's seen the file because he was Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer. If you know anything about how court work, the prosecution has to give the defense all the evidence that they have. So they had to share files, and he's seen it. Let me go ahead and play it for you guys. And he's swearing right now, like he's got his hand up, and I can send you to the video where you can see it yourself.
It's completely clear. The woman admitted that
he's going to tell you about his thing in Jeffrey Epstein too.
Is there a Jeffrey Epstein list? But he's seen it, he knows who's on it, and he knows for a fact that it's being suppressed. Take a look.
it's not an opinion. This is a fact. I have seen. Remember, I was accused falsely in the Epstein, and ultimately I was completely cleared. The woman admitted that she may have mistook me for somebody else and withdrew all of her lawsuits. And so from day one, from the day I was accused, I said I want every document out because I knew every document would prove I was innocent. So let me tell you, I know for a fact documents are being suppressed. And they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why they're being suppressed. I know who's suppressing them. But I'm bound by confidentiality from a judge and cases, and I can't disclose what I know. But I hand to God, I know the names of people whose files are being suppressed in order to protect them, and that's wrong.
Did you hear that? That's Alan Dershowitz, who was accused right along with Jeffrey Epstein.
Alan Dershowitz.
Of raping people.
Alan Dershowitz.
Raping young ladies. Oh, that phone is active. They just got to quit. He came out and said it today. That he's seen the files. This is crazy. So what reason would they have for not showing the files? It's either got to be two things. Two things can be true. It's either some very, very higher up people on that list, it could be a Bill Clinton, it could be a Bill Gates. But there's also a Donald Trump on that list too. And you know how we know? Because that was Jeffrey Epstein's best friend for 15 years. He flew on that same jet that everybody else flew on. He's been at Epstein Island numerous times. There's videos of them partying with younger girls. So, and my phone is just going crazy. I'm not sure why. The man just said he's seen the list. He was Epstein's lawyer. He's seen what the state had against him and how he can go about protecting his client against the state for the evidence they had against him. I'm gonna have to replay it for you guys. The guy said he know that they're doing this, that they're suppressing it for a reason. He know the names of the people that they're he know the names of the people the government is hiding the names. You know, if I'm saying it correctly.
He knows who's on it, and he knows for a fact that that is being suppressed. Take a look.
It's not an opinion, this is a fact. I have seen, remember, I was accused falsely in the Epstein, and ultimately I was completely cleared. The woman admitted that she may have mistook me for somebody else and withdrew all of her lawsuits. And so from day one, from the day I was accused, I said I want every document out because I knew every document would prove I was innocent. So let me tell you, I know for a fact documents are being suppressed. And they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why they're being suppressed. I know who's suppressing them. But I'm bound by confidentiality from a judge and cases, and I can't disclose what I know. But I hand to God, I know the names of people whose files are being suppressed in order to protect them. And that's wrong.
That's what he said. He said he know the names of the people. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm gonna tell you something that when he came out today and said this, guys, I say, oh my God, this old man better watch himself. He better watch himself because I know what he's implicating. He's implicating the president. Who has the power? Who's telling the DOJ what to do right now? Donald Trump. He just ordered them to go after James Comey and Brennan. The CIA director and the FBI director has criminal charges filed against him today. For what? For them saying that Russia was involved with the 2020 election. They was meddling in it. They didn't say they stole it. They said they was meddling in it. So that's what he filed a charge because they shouldn't be saying stuff like that. Yeah, and it's either the higher ups, like some very, very prominent people is on that list. It would be so bad that I don't think the United States would even look at our country the same after this list gets out. Oh, sorry about that. How you doing? Yeah, after this list it gets out, it's over with for a lot of people. Now he's making his rounds. He's making his rounds now on a lot of TV stations because he wants to get his name out there so he can protect himself against the government if the government comes after him for what he's saying.
It's not an opinion, this is a fact. I have seen, remember, I was accused falsely in the Epstein, and ultimately I was completely cleared. The woman admitted that she may have mistook me for somebody else and withdrew all of her lawsuits. And so from day one, from the day I was accused, I said I want every document out because I knew every document.
You hear what he said? Accused? He was accused right along with Epstein for the same crime Epstein, the same girl. But Dirty Rich, he beat his case. And then he became Epstein's lawyer. He was also Trump's lawyer in the impeachment trial in 2020. His name is Alan Dershowitz. He's a constitutional law scholar.
It's not an opinion, this is a fact. I have seen, remember, I was accused falsely in the
Right,
Epstein,
Judge.
and
So push it out to
ultimately
more
I was
people.
completely
If you don't
cleared. The
mind.
woman admitted that she may have mistook me for somebody else and withdrew all of her lawsuits. And so from day one, from the day I was accused, I said I want every document out because I knew every document would prove I was innocent. So let me tell you, I know for a fact documents are being suppressed. And they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why they're being suppressed. I know who's suppressing them. But I'm bound by confidentiality from a judge and cases, and I can't disclose what I know. But I hand to God.
That's great. And let me show you how to. He don't even want you talking about Epstein. Trump, he does not want you to even mention the word Epstein. He really doesn't. Let me show you. Just listen to how quick this guy lies.
A decision could be made inside your government without you knowing. I would know. If a decision was made, I will know. I'll be the first to know.
So who wanted the pause last week?
I don't know. What did you tell me? A decision could be
He
made.
just said, if any decision was made in my cabinet, I would be the first to know. Because I would be making the decisions. They asked him, well, who paused the Ukraine aid last week? I don't know, you tell me. I thought you just said you knew everything. So who the hell is running the government if you don't know what the hell they doing? Do MAGA mean morons are governing America? Is that what it stands for? Morons are governing America. That's what it seems like to me. Trump, listen, and this is Pam Bondi.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah, listen to this. He don't want you to talk about Jeffrey Epstein. None.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talked about for years. You're asking, we have Nexus, we have this, we have all of the things that, and are people still talking about this guy, this freak?
An invitation into Donald Trump's world.
Yeah, because it's showing that him and Epstein is partying with these young girls. They look like they may be 16 or 17, something like that.
List of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump.
Flight logs, you have information, names, that will come out. Now,
Did you hear it's sitting on my desk right now. Then Lena Hopper says, we have flight logs, we have names. And now they're saying there is no list. There's no list whatsoever. So how can you go to it's sitting on my desk till we got flight logs till there's nothing more to see here. We killed himself and that's it. What about part 2 of everything that y'all supposed to be letting out? Y'all had some influence up there with their little binders in front of the White House like they really got some information, but they didn't get it. Dershowitz is going to be the key, and I hope they don't do nothing to that man, because I'm telling you, he's implicating the president. He's definitely implicating the president. This man, I mean, how crooked can you be? You're starting all these damn. Oh, you came up with a new gimmick, which you had Trump watches a couple of months ago, and you had Trump cologne. Come on, man, you can't make this shit up. For people who wasn't here, we're gonna listen to this
Donate
again.
your car.
That Alan Dershowitz, ex-Trump lawyer, Alan Dershowitz, Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer, and the same guy who was accused in the same case as Jeffrey Epstein when he went to prison this time. Alan Dershowitz was accused by the same girl. But he got off of his case because he had evidence that she was lying on him. She came out and said she might have been mistaken and might have been another old guy. But he's telling you. They have the files. He said he's seen them. He knows the names.
He knows for a fact that it's being suppressed. Take a look.
It's not an opinion, this is a fact. I have seen, remember, I was accused falsely in the Epstein, and ultimately I was completely cleared. The woman admitted that she may have mistook me for somebody else and withdrew all of her lawsuits. And so from day one, from the day I was accused, I said I want every document out, because I knew every document would prove I was innocent. So let me tell you, I know for a fact documents are being suppressed. And they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why they're being suppressed. I know who's suppressing them. But I'm bound by confidentiality from a judge and cases, and I can't disclose what I know. But I can to God, I know the names of people whose files are being suppressed in order to protect them. And that's wrong.
And that is ex-Trump lawyer, ex-Epstein lawyer. well, former Trump lawyer, former Epstein lawyer, says he's seen the names of the people. And yeah, for real. This is, and then, but why would the government say that they don't have anything?
Just out of
Like I was
curiosity.
saying, I was just playing a couple of clips where they said they had the tapes.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein?
Yeah, Trump don't want you to talk about Jeffrey Epstein. He wants the story to go away. That's why you get pissed off.
Are you still talking about Jeffrey Epstein? This guy's been talking about for years. You're asking, we have access, we have this, we have all of the things that, and are people still talking about this guy, this freak?
An
Yep, he called him a creep. But he was your best friend for 15 years.
List of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump.
Flight logs, you have information, names, that will come out.
It's sitting on my desk right now. We have flight logs, we have names, and the information will be coming out. What happened to the information and the names? You just said there wasn't no information in the names a couple of days ago. But it's sitting on your desk right now. All the information is on my desk. You said it, Pam Blondie. But now it's what? Who told you? Matter of fact, who told you not to say nothing about it? Who told you to get rid of that stuff and don't even bring it up? Who would that guy be? Who would the person be that said something like that to Pam Blondie? Oh, I know who that is. I think everybody knows who that is. Who would want to suppress the files of the Epstein case? Yeah, we know who it is. The same person that was Epstein's best friend hanging around with them young girls for 15 years. You, Prince Andrew, King Charles' brother, can't even come to the United States because he was messing around with them young girls with Epstein and Trump. They was living a life of bachelors back then in the 90s, man. They had all the money in the world. One was a prince, one was one of the richest men at that time on the planet, and one was just very wealthy. That's all they did was party with young men. Even
List of Jeffrey Epstein's clients? Will that really happen?
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump.
Flight logs, you have information, names, that will come out. Now with cash in hand, there will be accountability.
what?
The client list that the Attorney General said she had on her desk.
She was saying the entirety of all of the paperwork, all of the paper in relation to Jeffrey Epstein's crimes.
Donald Trump's world. Footage from 1992 found in the NBC archives shows the future president welcoming Jeffrey Epstein to his Mar-a-Lago estate. They get together more than a decade before Epstein pleaded guilty to prostitution charges in Florida.
The list of
Yeah. They got the list, they got the names. It's sitting on my desk to, we don't have anything. There is no list. You told the public that there was a list. And you just said we're going to get accountability now that Trump's in office. But you're saying there is no Epstein file. The man just told you he's seen the file. He's seen it because
Guys, Jimmy B here for United.
Let me get this up. He's seen it because he was Epstein's lawyer. And you have to see all the evidence against your client, right? So he's seen the names. Alan Dershowitz was a former Epstein lawyer and a former Trump lawyer as far as the impeachment. This is crazy. This man is killing us.
This is a fact. I have seen, remember, I was accused falsely in the Epstein, and ultimately I was completely cleared. The woman admitted that she may have mistook me for somebody else and withdrew all of her lawsuits. And so from day one, from the day I was because I knew every document to prove I was innocent. So let me tell you, I know for a fact documents are being suppressed. and they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why they're being suppressed. I know who's suppressing them, but I'm bound.
He said he know the names of the individuals. He know why they're being suppressed and who's doing it. Who is over the FBI and who's over law enforcement? That would be Pam Bondi. And who does she take up on? Oh, I think we know who's doing it.
Because I knew every document to prove I was innocent. So let me tell you, I know for a fact documents are being suppressed. And they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why they're being suppressed. I know who's suppressing them. But I'm bound by confidentiality from a judge and cases, and I can't disclose what I know. But I hand to God, I know the names of people whose files are being suppressed in order to protect them. And that's wrong.
That's exactly what Alan Dershowitz, former Trump lawyer, former Epstein lawyer, said. Alan Dershowitz was Epstein's lawyer during the case. Alan Dershowitz is a very prominent lawyer. I think he might even be, if I'm not mistaken, he was Mike Tyson's lawyer. He was, I'm not sure if he was part of, I think he was part of the OJ team, the team for OJ Simpson too. Yeah, it's just crazy that they say they don't have any files, but the guy who said he's seen them all said he's seen them and he know why they're suppressing the files. I know I keep rewinding it, guys, but I see people popping in here and they haven't heard what Alan had to say about the Epstein files and that they do exist and the government is lying.
Not opinion, this is a fact. I have seen, remember, I was accused falsely in the Epstein.
You hear what he said? He was accused falsely in the Epstein files because when Epstein was charged, Alan Dershowitz was also charged for minor activity. But the girl came out and said that she might have mistaken him, and he got off of his case and became Epstein's lawyer after that.
With Sean Spicer,
Yep.
who was President Trump's press secretary during his first term, and revealed that not only is there a Jeffrey Epstein but he's seen it, he knows who's on it, and he knows for a fact that it's being suppressed. Take a look.
It's not an opinion, this is a fact. I have seen, remember, I was accused falsely in the Epstein, and ultimately I was completely cleared. The woman admitted that she may have mistook me for somebody else and withdrew all of her lawsuits. And so from the day I was accused, I said I want every document out because I knew every document would prove I was innocent. So let me tell you, I know for a fact documents are being suppressed. And they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why they're being suppressed. I know who's suppressing them. But I'm bound by confidentiality from a judge and cases, and I can't disclose what I know. But I hand to God, I know the names of people whose files are being suppressed in order to protect them. And that,
you know what sounds weird about that, guys? Let me tell you what sounds weird that I just caught. How can you basically have a gag order about a case that's over? The guy is deceased. So you're still under court orders not to talk about that? Which is very, very weird. Normally in a court of law, you can't talk about the case when a trial is going on. But after the trial, that's when you can see like the jury coming out and they'll tell you why did they vote the way that they did on the case, and you can talk about it then. Before that, they tell the jury, don't talk about the case with nobody while court is going on. But after, you can. But this man is still under a gag order 7, 8 years later? What judge would have him on, or who would have, I don't, what are they implying here? This man is, there is no NDA with the government, so I mean, oh yeah, I remember who was president too when you was his lawyer too. So you represented Epstein when Trump was president, and they made sure that you didn't talk about anything about that case. Still to this day. Still to this day, they're blocking this man from talking about the Epstein files. Still to this day, this man got a gag order from a federal judge not to talk about the Epstein files, as far as who's on it and everything else like that.
There are Jeffrey Epstein client list, but he's seen it. He knows.
Yeah, he knows who they are.
Alan Dershowitz, who was Jeffrey Epstein's former lawyer, sat down with Sean Spicer, who was President Trump's press secretary during his first term, and revealed that not only is there a Jeffrey Epstein client list, he knows who's on it, and he knows for a fact that it's being suppressed. Take a look.
It's not an opinion, this is a fact. I have seen, remember, I was accused falsely in the Epstein, and ultimately I was completely cleared. The woman admitted that she may have mistook me for somebody else and withdrew all of her lawsuits. I was accused. I said I want every document out because I knew every document would prove I was innocent. So let me tell you, I know for a fact documents are being suppressed. And they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why they're being suppressed. I know who's suppressing them. But I'm bound by confidentiality from a judge and cases, and I can't.
I'm bound by confidentiality and a judge from cases that's old and has already been decided. My phone don't stop. I'm gonna have to turn, man. This is crazy. It's only one person that I know have the power over the DOJ to go after people and have people suppressed. That suppression looks like LA too, with the military out there. Oh, it's bad in I forgot what that little city is, Ventura, California. Oh, they roll up on them. They roll up on them like 10 buses and you call them helicopters, a Black Hawk helicopter landed in the middle of the road. They were snatching people up. Man, it was bad. I'm like, y'all better run. Well, if I was in my phone is tripping. I was like, y'all better run, shit.
Yeah, that's what I know.
Do anybody believe the Epstein files are real? Or are they being suppressed? No comment? Well, they definitely real. You can't. Why don't they just give us we don't want to see the little people on videotape. Nobody wants to see it. What we're saying is blur them out if you have to and show us the adults. Show us the adults, not nude or anything. Just show the faces of the adults that's doing what they're doing to the young. Show those faces. Give us the names of the people that was on the flight list and that was going to Epstein out. Just give us that. They don't want to give us that because Trump is all over those flight logs. He was there frequently. As soon as he went to jail, he's a creep now and all of this other stuff. Alan Dershowitz was your lawyer. He tried to protect you against impeachment. He was also Epstein lawyer after he cleared a case of SA with Epstein. The girl that said Epstein did that to her, she also accused Dershowitz, but he got out of his case because the girl said she was mistaken him, and then he became Epstein's lawyer. That's how that happened.
Right.
He was like client number 2 in the beginning of Epstein, became Epstein's lawyer.
Alan Dershowitz, who was Jeffrey Epstein's former lawyer, sat down with Sean Spicer, who was President Trump's press secretary during his first term, and revealed that not only is there a Jeffrey Epstein client list, but he's seen it, he knows who's on it, and he knows for a fact that it's being suppressed. Take a look.
It's not an opinion, this is a fact. I have seen, remember, I was accused falsely in the Epstein, and ultimately
Yeah, my phone is going. It's going crazy. I don't never do that. But I was trying to get some feedback on what you guys think about it. Is there one or not? Is there a list or not? Who do you think is on it? You think Clinton's on it? You think Gates is on it? Who do you think is on it? We're gonna play it now. The evidence that Dershowitz say there is a client list, Jeffrey Epstein client list.
Alan Dershowitz, who was Jeffrey Epstein's former lawyer, sat down with Sean Spicer, who was President Trump's press secretary during his first term, and revealed that not only is there a Jeffrey Epstein client list, but he's seen it, he knows who's on it, and he knows for a fact that it's being suppressed. Take a look.
It's not an opinion, this is a fact. I have seen, remember, I was accused falsely in the Epstein, and ultimately I was completely cleared. The woman admitted that she may have mistook me for somebody else and withdrew all of her lawsuits. And so from day one, from the day I was accused, I said I want every document out because I knew every document would prove I was innocent. So let me tell you, I know for a fact documents are being suppressed. And they're being suppressed to protect individuals. I know the names of the individuals. I know why they're being suppressed. I know who's suppressing them. But I'm bound by confidentiality from a judge and cases, and I can't just...
I'm bound by confidentiality, a judge from cases. How the hell do that even exist? The case is over.
It couldn't be clear.
The case is over. You can't be bound by a judge about talking about a case that's over and the trial is over. There's sentencing involved. Okay, didn't they try to get Trump in the New York case where they tried to put a gag order on him? He didn't like it very much, but they told him you can't talk about the case. You can talk about the case after the case. If you know anything about trials, they tell the jury, don't discuss this case when you leave out of here with anyone. But then when the case is over with, sometimes there's jury polling when they'll come out to the public and tell you, yeah, I believe this and this is why I voted this way. It's after the case you're not legally obligated to be bound by any kind of, you're free to talk. So why is Alan Dershowitz not free to talk and give names and the people and things he knows? Because he's bound by a judge over a case that is already over. And it's been over for years. Why would they have this agreement with him that he can't talk? And who would be putting that type of pressure on him? Was it your old boss, the president? Because you defended him in the impeachment trial. And then he was Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer too. And he knew you worked on that case. And he knew you seen his name in those files. Donald Trump knows Alan Dershowitz seen his name in those files. Donald Trump's name is in those files. When it first came out, he was all over the flight logs. That's public record that Donald Trump was on the flight logs. Him and Melania been to Epstein Island. Don't know what they did there, but they all been. Dude is a pervert, man. President is a pervert. Yeah, President is a pervert. He ain't no different than Epstein. Only thing, he just didn't get caught. That's the difference. He just didn't get caught.
When it comes to long gutters, you might say I've seen it.
Yeah, he didn't get caught. Which is crazy. Michael Cohen went to jail for the same crime that they just charged you with a year or two back. For that New York hush money falsifying records. Michael Cohen went to jail for that same case. So if Michael Cohen can go to jail for falsifying records for his boss, why can't his boss be accused of the same thing? Michael Cohen went to prison for that. Same case. It's no difference. Same case. Same exact case, matter of fact. All you have to do is do your research. Donald Trump parties with Epstein, and when you look at the age of these women, now some of them was like the Miami Dolphins cheerleaders, but there was a lot of young ones in there too. Yep. There is an Epstein list, guys. Alan Dershowitz said it. I believe Alan Dershowitz before I believe the DOJ. Yep, any day.
Was President Trump's press secretary.
So what do you guys think? I gotta charge my phone up anyway. Thanks for watching, guys.